Dave.
Where are you?
Can you see me?
You're just this magic floating head. Where are you? Are you trapped in like the Phantom Zone?
Hi. Oh, hi.
At first,
hi, Dave.
I thought General
Is that
Zod...
you turning your headphones down?
Uh-huh. I thought General Zod was going to be there.
No, I am in the interior of a 20-something Chrysler Pacifica.
Okay.
Outside of the hotel room where I'm vacationing with my family.
Okay. All right.
With a beer.
That's fantastic. Sitting in a car with a beer.
What could go wrong?
Everyone should know that Ian is not going anywhere tonight. He's not driving.
No.
He's not going anywhere emotionally or physically.
I have pajama pants on, and let me tell you, if I get arrested with pajama pants on, that is it. That's game over for me.
I thought we talked about this. I thought you didn't have comfy pants.
I got some for Christmas.
Aw, look at you, buddy. And now you're just living that PJ life, son.
I haven't taken them off since.
Just in the shower with them on. Yeah.
Yep.
So Ian, I am also, obviously you notice that this isn't the blanket fort. People are getting...
Wait, what?
People are getting a hefty dose of your head, and they just have to deal with a tiny Dave this week.
Yeah, it's a dual Skype situation.
Yeah.
For us.
So we apologize.
Yeah. It's not going to be a normal show, but we don't have a normal thing to talk about either.
No, we don't. We have something to talk about that's a little bit special.
It is very special, and also very short.
It depends. It's not YouTube short. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. True.
So Ian, how about you tell the people what we're going to be putting out in the next 2 weeks or so?
Yeah. So we are putting out a video that we're really excited about. It's our new format for car reviews, which I'm sure will not be just a one-off.
Right. Exactly.
Called Super Happy Friendship Car Reviews. And basically the idea is it's kind of a commentary on how, I don't know if everyone else has noticed this, but I noticed, and I know Dave has noticed, that whenever there's a car show with two or more hosts, it's always very competitive and very like alpha male-y.
Yes.
And
confrontational.
Yeah.
It's based on an argument, typically.
Right. And I love all of them. I really, really do.
Sure.
I love that format, but it's just funny that everybody has landed on that and kind of stuck with it, and no one has said anything about it.
Let me ask you a quick question, Ian. Has the internet ever asked for more of two white guys doing more of the same thing?
No, they have not. And you know what? We have delivered on that.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah. We've delivered, even though no one has asked for any of it.
So the premise of Super Happy Friendship Car Review.
So the premise of Super Happy Friendship Car Review is two car reviewers going head to head, and they get points if they agree on a point of the car or an aspect of the car, and they lose points if they disagree on an aspect of the car. So even if they both don't like it, they don't like the headrest or whatever, they get a point.
Right, because you're still in agreement on not liking the thing, right?
Correct, yes. So we're taking it to the next logical extreme, and we've made a sporting event out of car reviews. And it's really very silly.
At its core, our show is Ian and Dave are friends, right? The show.
Yes.
Would you really go through all the trouble that we went through tonight to record a show over, cobbled together Wi-Fi and you sitting
if I didn't like you?
Yeah, if you didn't like me, if we weren't friends, right?
No.
Yeah.
No, I would not.
This would be a very convenient, sorry, busy tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You could say washing my hair and I would know it's going to be a while.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I have, very funny also. Yeah. I've done terrible text backouts on my best friends before.
Yeah.
So Dave, that's a very big compliment.
Well, thank you.
I guess.
Thank you. Also, just wait until after you're 40. You earn the right to do the text back out anytime you want.
That's true. I'm old, motherfucker.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. It's late, Dave. It's 7:30 p.m. Yeah.
Right.
Right. Yeah. I had dinner 3 hours ago. It's late.
It's the Jello course now.
So Super Happy Friendship Car Review at its core is a friendship video, right? It's Ian and Dave scoring how our friendship stacks up when a car enters as to make us a throuple.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. The love triangle that happens anytime we both like a car. Correct.
Right,
yes.
Right. So it's very absurd. It's very silly. We're not exactly sure where it's going to go or how sustainable this model is, but we're certainly going to try.
Turns out it's a lot of work for Dave.
I'm getting much better at video editing.
Yes. So it's going to be our most highly produced video ever.
Yes.
And hopefully our best car review ever. I think it's a little more cohesive than maybe just one thing.
Yes.
And I think it's on the level of our what do you call it video? Our car show video.
Yes, our French film. Yes. It's just as absurd, but I think it also does the car justice. Whereas the French film,
right.
I mean, it kind of does regional auto shows, justice. But,
right.
I mean, how many of those videos can we make, right?
Right. Yeah.
But we want to do the car justice because these are things that we genuinely like, we're passionate about, right?
Yeah.
And so when we have access to them, it's a special thing for you and I, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so we want to make an event out of enjoying the car and reviewing the car, right? And I think this video does a good job of making an event out of it, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So the first car that we are going to be releasing a video for is a Kia Telluride.
Yes. And it's like not maybe on paper the most exciting car, but
especially for track rats like ourselves. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I really like the car. I think it's this is going to not sound like, this is going to sound like kind of like damning with faint praise, but like it's a really good compromise between, say, something like this, Chrysler Pacifica,
right,
and something like, let's say, a Subaru Ascent or a Mazda that's more like driver focused,
right?
While still being kind of on the budget end of things, it's more of a like in the Volvo sort of school of thought, but without having that price tag. So
yeah,
I was really impressed with it.
Me too. And I think anytime a 7-seat SUV comes across our view, we're going to pay attention to it. We're going to grade it. And we really like this car.
Right. Yeah. And to me, the 7-seat SUV, while I would just point someone normally to a minivan, like I kind of get that more than those mid-size SUVs. The mid-size SUVs I still think are utterly pointless, and I refuse to endorse any of them.
Right.
But the 7-seaters I kind of get.
Right.
And they make a little more sense to me.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty good compromise between those two ends of that space.
Yeah. Yeah. So obviously you and I care a lot about, like, I don't know, doing a vehicle like that justice, something that comes across our view that we think about from time to time. And every time we see it on the road, like we think that somebody's made a good decision in owning one.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, I rent a lot of 7-seat SUVs. Right. Like that's what I go for. When I get to the choose whatever you want line and I'm with my family, that is what I go for, because that way I just fold the back seats down and I throw all my junk inside and then I walk away.
Right.
So I care that they don't suck.
Right. Exactly. Right. Because even though these aren't things that we would want to necessarily live with on a daily basis, we can certainly view them as utilitarian objects, a tool for the time. Right.
Right.
And
exactly.
If somebody lives in that time 24/7, then we have feelings as to what their purchases should be.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So we're making something that's very funny and hopefully and very weird and hopefully something that people will enjoy. It has explosions. It has us in three different costumes each, right?
Yeah. Bowling sound effects.
Yes, bowling sound effects. Yes. Yes. So
which I love.
I was wondering if you like those. Yeah.
I love them.
So we're very excited.
Dave acting like a douchebag, which is my favorite.
Me acting like a douchebag bro. Like that's not something far, that's not something, I would ever do.
It's the best. Yeah, I like it whenever Dave gets to play the crazy one and I get to play the straight man. It's fun.
Yeah, I think we're really going to lean into those roles. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
So because of our weird travel schedules this week, and poor internet connectivity and not being able to do the things that we really want to do as far as a show, we just wanted to put out a small podcast audio, or a small podcast episode to tell you that the thing that we're talking about that we want you to see isn't out yet, but it's coming soon.
It is coming, yes, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and we really need everyone's help to spread it and get everyone else to see it, because I think it's a cool take on the idea of a car review.
Yes, we're looking forward to making more, and we're looking forward to making them even crazier. Yeah. Yes,
absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know. In a way, I do like that we have a show that can expand into some very absurd territory when we want it to. Because if you listen to our show every week, it's largely the same thing, which is why you keep coming back, right? It's Ian and Dave talking in the blanket fort, showing you pictures of cars. Our listeners call in, they show us insane stuff. We have a boatload of listener content for our next real episode. When we're back in the blanket fort, it's going to be all listener content special. But yeah, so we have other ideas. We have, crazy thoughts, and we want to see what it's like when we do stuff like this. So this is absolutely one of those things. And it was birthed out of Ian having to miss the first day of a driving event, and us having to drive cars at separate times. And this was your idea, right, Ian?
Was it? I don't remember.
Yeah.
It might have been, because I think I was trying to salvage the fact that my work schedule got in the way of our stuff again.
Yeah.
But I think it was, maybe the initial part was my idea, but then you added on the sports event thing. I think was your idea, calling it a sports event.
Yeah. It kind of, formed.
Just like the French film, that was born out of the fact that we realized that we couldn't shoot good audio at the auto show.
Right.
Because of the incessant vacuum cleaners.
Our nemesis.
The vacuums.
Our nemesis.
Yeah. So during the press day of auto show, they vacuum constantly.
Constantly. They want to make sure if someone takes a picture, the carpet looks perfect.
Yeah. There is a vacuum running someplace in the vicinity that a microphone will pick up. So it's impossible to shoot audio. And also you're in a big metal box.
Right.
So
exactly.
Audio sounds like crap.
Yeah.
And so to get around that, we started brainstorming ideas that we could do to get around that limitation. And so now we weren't going to be able to ever be in the car at the same time.
Right. If we were not going to be able to drive as many cars as we wanted to.
Yes. So our limitation was we had to come up with an idea where we were going to be in separate cars, but reviewing the same ones at different times, and then have to smush a video together later. And so we came up with Super Happy Friendship Car Reviews. And I honestly think it's a much better solution because like we actually get to say something about car journalism, which is, I think we do the best when we are doing something like that.
Right. Because not only do we want to review the cars and talk about the cars, the things that give us inspiration, but we also do want to talk about car journalism itself, right? Yeah. I mean, we had the like you brought that to the table initially to the podcast that you wanted to talk about the way cars were covered, right? And,
yes.
And talking about how they are covered in a controversial, adversarial manner, right? Like carguments, things like that. These are all great videos, but like who wants to see you and I argue? It's fun when we have a difference of opinion, but this celebrates the times we don't the times we don't have a difference of opinion, the times when we're the same, but also penalizes us for having those different opinions,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and it's also, I think, like it's important to say that when that adversarial format is done well, it's really, really good and really compelling.
Yes.
Like the Top Gear when it was at its best was great, and Carguments, like which you just called out, is a great YouTube series. And head to head on Motor Trend, like all that stuff is awesome, and I like it when there is that like battle or competition sort of thing. And even going back to before the YouTube days or before TV days, in every car magazine that I looked forward to was always the ones where it was like, the Subaru versus the Mitsubishi.
Right. Yeah.
Right. They were always framed as a versus.
Right.
Which is funny.
Right. Yeah.
And so like doing something on cooperative mode instead of versus mode.
There you go.
Is something that like hasn't been done a lot in car journalism.
Right. Yeah. We're playing car reviews on cooperative mode. I like
exactly.
That's good.
Yep.
That's good.
Yep.
Yeah. See that? Proud of you, boo.
Gamer boy. Gamer boy over there.
So Ian, let's at least talk about the fact that you're in a Chrysler Pacifica minivan right now.
Oh yeah, so I rented this today. I did 2 rentals for this vacation because logistics. So this is a Chrysler Pacifica, a 2000 and I know you're all dying in anticipation. A 2018 Chrysler Pacifica with 45,000 rental miles on it. And let me tell you, folks, it has seen things. It has seen things. It is not. Things are amiss. Just driving it down the road. You ever get in a rental car and get like 3 miles from the rental car facility and be like, oh, this thing is fucked up?
Yep. I had that in a Mazda 3 one time. Yes.
I also had that in a Mazda 3, and then I parked. It was so bad, I pulled over to the side of the road after like 30 miles. Like, it was bad.
Okay.
It was like 30 miles. I'm sorry to hijack your story, but I pulled over to the side of the highway, like hard shoulder on the highway, walked around to the passenger side of the vehicle, which I had not done to that point.
Oh, that's right.
Massive dent, and the rear wheel was not pointed the correct direction. And I was like, oh, well, that explains things.
That explains things. Yeah. At least I hope all the security footage of you leaving the facility was not shot just from the driver's side.
No, I called another like rental place. Yes. Yeah, another rental place like 40 miles down the road or something like that, and was like, I am on my way and things are not correct.
I'm coming in hot and you guys better be ready.
Yeah. And they had a car waiting for me, and I like hopped in. And it was good.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. You're telling them to get what's like when airplanes land on an aircraft carrier, they have that tow hook, that comes down.
Yeah. The arresting hook. Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, put it out because I'm coming in.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know which one. I don't know which cable I'm going to hit. It might be the third cable.
Right.
It's not the good one.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. They have multiples. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Guess who was an airplane nerd?
I love it. I love it. Yeah. So, okay. So you have seen some things. What's your tire pressure at?
Oh, good question. Let me see. I'll tell you right now.
Yeah.
It's, and it hasn't been driven in a few hours. My tire pressure is at 39, 40, 41, and 43.
That's not right. What's it say on the door? That can't be good.
I don't know. I'm not going to look. I don't care.
How long until somebody comes by and knocks on the window of your car?
I don't know. The thing is that like usually when my family goes on vacation, we at one point look around and realize we're surrounded by 80-year-olds.
Okay.
Like at every vacation that we're on,
Gotcha.
that happens at least once.
Gotcha.
So they've been in bed for hours.
The best part about doing a podcast is while you're doing it, making eye contact with a stranger.
Yeah.
That's fun.
That's what you want to do. Yeah. No, I'm in the parking lot and I have yet to see another human. So
okay, that's good. That's good. Good. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what was your previous rental car?
I had a Kia Sorento.
Okay. All right. And how
it was terrible.
Okay, so the Sorento is an SUV, right?
Yes, 7-seat SUV.
Okay.
I mean, it's rental spec or whatever, but man, it's not good.
Yeah.
It's not good. The transmission is terrible.
Really?
Like real bad.
Okay.
Like real bad. Like always in the wrong gear.
Oh.
You know those?
Yeah.
Where you always guess wrong. It would be like a Jeopardy contestant that was at like negative 30,000.
Okay.
Like it always guessed wrong.
Was it like the thing where like, let's say you boot up your PC and you have Notepad running and yet your CPU and your fans are on high. Like what is going on that I am not aware of, right? Why is this, from all indications, this should not be happening.
Right. Like you have one thing to do and you're struggling and I don't know why.
Right. This should not be an issue for you. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like when you're the only customer in the coffee shop and yet the barista is super like harried and freaking out.
Yeah.
And you're like, I want an Americano.
Right.
This is not hard.
Right. This should be in your wheelhouse. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not asking.
Espresso and water. Come on.
I'm not asking for baked Alaska here. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what that transmission is.
Okay. Oh man, that's too bad. Okay. Well, good job getting rid of it. I'm very anxious to see what, I mean, you're in Florida, right? Is there meth underneath the seat? Like what?
You know, I regret to inform you that Florida has kind of been delightful.
Really?
I mean, the drivers are terrible. Drivers are terrible.
Okay.
They're not good. Not good. They're very unpredictable.
Yeah, I figured a lot of darting is what
a lot of darting.
Yeah.
Yeah. No turn signals.
Oh.
Just forget about that.
Okay.
No turn signals.
Okay.
And wildly different driving styles.
Okay.
Right? Like, it's not probably healthy to assign driving styles to license plates.
Sure.
But I do it. And, but with Florida, it's really hard because it's either old people going very, very slowly. Or New Yorkers doing a tax dodge and they're like driving 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Right.
Or meth heads that are going to go 35 miles an hour and then 90 miles an hour.
Right.
So you never know. You never know.
Hey, Florida keeps you on your toes, baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we drove from New Orleans. We're in Sanibel now.
Okay.
So that's about 1,000 miles that we did.
Okay.
With little trips in between, right? And then I have noticed that on the way here, once we got into Florida, I started to get a lot more of the, like, when you're on the interstate and you're coming up on someone in the left lane and you give them the courtesy, double flash, little flashy flash.
Yeah.
They don't move over. So then when you move over to the right, then they speed up sort of thing.
Okay.
That happened a lot more often in Florida. And Mississippi and Alabama, the drivers were actually very courteous. Like, you give them the little flashy flash, they move right over, you blow by.
Okay. Huh.
But Florida, no, they do the very passive aggressive speed up once you get in the right lane.
I like that. Yeah, you just
the worst.
You just look over and it's the David Lee Roth jazz scatting equivalent of driving. Right? Like, why are you wearing spandex?
Right. Why are you wearing spandex? That's on the flag for Florida.
Nice.
That's the state seal.
Yeah.
We're talking about our new video, right?
Yes.
Why are you wearing spandex?
Yeah, unfortunately, nobody has to see anybody in spandex in this one. So, yeah. We'll have to save that for another video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, buddy. So what do you think, Ian?
I think we did a car-ish show.
Yeah, it's something, right? Yeah.
Roll the clip. There's no clip.
I was going to say I was supposed to prepare a clip. Look at this production. Do you think I'm making a clip? I have cables. I have extension cords. Yeah.
I'm in the movie. Hey, at least I have a mount. That you gave me.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Very professional.
Oh, buddy. Well, I'm looking forward to being back in the blanket fort and getting the full download of your trip into my brain. Yeah. It should be good. I do think that I don't know where I was going with that, but that's a bath salts talking. It's fine.
Yeah, I did eat alligator today for breakfast.
Okay, for breakfast, no less. Okay,
mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, it was supposed to be the island special.
Okay, is this something like you just found in the driver's seat of the car when you got in, or what?
It was a little cafe, a little diner, and they were like, "It's the island special."
Okay.
And then they gave me honey and Cholula with it.
Oh, okay.
And you're supposed to mix the honey and the Cholula together, and then dip the alligator in it. And it was very good.
Okay, all right.
It was surprisingly tasty. Not what I wanted for breakfast, but it was good.
Yeah, one of the 4 food groups in Florida: gator, bath salts.
Yeah. Metamucil. Nice. Oh, I love you, Florida. You crazy. You crazy,
Florida. You doing it again. Yeah. Well, safe travels to you, Ian.
You as well, Dave. I miss you, Dave.
I miss you, Ian.
How is my cat?
Your cat is fantastic, and I love him, and I call him Mr. Smush Face, and I put my whole face on his face, and I love him.
Yeah, he's the best.
He's a fantastic
My cat's name is Ron, and he is 20-ish pounds.
Yeah,
and
he's a big boy.
He's the best.
He squints, his eyes squint. Yeah. It's perfect.
He likes belly rubs.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for giving me the magic encryption key of like where to put my thumb and pinky on your camera. Yeah. I got the full arms out. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
It's the best.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this has been Catcast.
Yep. Oh, buddy. All right.
This has been Ian and Dave catch up after a week apart.
Yeah.
Virtual spooning with you involved. Sorry, everybody, for not giving your consent, but we're doing it anyway.
We are. But you have some things to look forward to. You have a video from us to look forward to that is going to be crazy.
Absolutely do.
And we are going to be watching the retention numbers to make sure you watch all of it.
Yes, please. help us out.
Yes. Do us a solid. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, media, social, apexadjacent.com.
Yeah.
The things. Call us at the thing and the whatever.
720-515-1391.
I really ran out of steam there.
I know. That's where I come in. I pick you up.
Yep. There we go. apexadjacent@gmail.com and iTunes and YouTube and all that.
Yep. And we love you, everybody.
We do love you. Goodbye.
Bye.